Hello students, today we are going to study the poem Dust of Snow written by Robert Frost. Let me give you a brief introduction about the poet Robert Frost. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depictions of rural life and his command of American colloquial speech. His work frequently employed settings from rural life in New England in the early 20th century, using them to examine complex social and philosophical themes. A popular and often quoted poet, Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime, receiving 4 Pulitzer Prize for poetry. Now, let me explain the poem Dust of Snow written by Robert Frost. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. What is the poet trying to say in the first stanza? The poem is set in a scene where the poet is in a bad mood and is walking by a tree, a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree. As he passes by, a crow happens to throw some dust on him. Whether it falls on his head or shoulders is unknown, as there is no specific mention in the poem. Also, we readers are left in doubt about the bird's specific action, whether the crow was landing, shivering with cold, readjusting itself on the branch or taking off. It happened to send some particles of snow upon the writer. Here, the two agents of nature, the hemlock tree and the crow, are signifiers of sadness and gloom, just like the poet's mood was in the opening scene. Now let us move to the second stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued, held in regret. For reasons unknown, the poet was having a terrible day. But the falling of the snow on his head lifted his mood instantly. He had already spent his day in a bad mood, but the rest of it was saved by the crow and the hemlock tree. Generally, hemlock tree and the crow are used for negative references, but the poet used them beautifully to portray that inauspicious things can bring joy and happiness too. One must not take things for granted and should be open and accept whichever way the nature chooses to bless us. Now, coming to the literary devices used in the poem, let us begin with rhyme scheme. What is the rhyme scheme, children? The rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. Let us see how it is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. Crow and me. Crow is A. Let us give it the name A. Me is B. A, B. Is crow and snow rhyming? Yes. So let us give again snow as A. Me and tree, are they both rhyming? Yes, they both are rhyming. So we have given the name A, B, A, B. Now, heart and mood, are they both rhyming? No. So let us give the name C and D. What about part? Is the word part rhyming with heart? Yes, it is rhyming. So A, B. This is the next stanza is C, D. Again, heart and part, they both are rhyming. That's why let us give The same name as sea. What about rude and mood? Yes, they both are also rhyming. So they both are D. So A B A B C D C D. Is it clear, children? Yes. Coming to the next literary device, that is alliteration. What is alliteration? The occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. For instance, the instance of alliterations are as given below. Has given my heart. Now in this line, her sound is being repeated. They are closely connected words. They're placed. Has, heart, and what about this? Saved some part and saved some part. Sir, sir. That sir sound is being repeated. That's why it is alliteration. Now coming to inversion. What is inversion? When the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhythm. This poetic license is called inversion. In stanza 1, the inversion can be seen. We can see the change in the structure. It is not grammatically correct. If you take the first stanza, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Just for the sake of rhyming purpose, he has written the poem in this way. That's why we can say that poets are given a license. That's why we call it as poetic license. We call this kind of sentences as inversion. Now coming to the next one, assonance. What is assonance? The prominence of a vowel sound throughout a line is called assonance. The vowel sound. Yes, in the stanza 1, like shook down on me, or. O sound is prominent. That's why it is assonance. Now coming to the next one, enjambment. What is enjambment? When the same sentence continues in the next line without the use of any punctuation mark, it is called as enjambment. It has been used throughout the poem. Let us see the poem now. If you look at the poem, just look at the first stanza. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Is there any punctuation mark at the end of this first stanza? No. It is being continued in the next stanza. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had ruled. So it continued in the next stanza. So we call this kind of sentences as literary device. Yes, now at the end, I just want to share what the poet here in this poem, the poet wants to convey about the finding positivity in what kind of message the poet is trying to give. The poet wants to convey about finding positivity in negative things. He tells how his mood regenerates rejuvenates from hopelessness and boredom to a joyful and happy mood. This is the message which the poet is trying to give to us. On this note, I end this poem. Thank you for watching this video.